Okay, we had a question this week in the MTC Toots Yahoo group about how would you make a picture like this, a Mickey head and filled with letters. So we can do this and make the cut, but it's not an automatic process. So I thought I would show you the process that I go through. First of all, somebody suggested that we could do this automatically in CorelDraw, and I have CorelDraw, so I thought I'd show you how it's done in CorelDraw, then how I might do it and make the cut. So the first thing I did was in Make the Cut was to bring in this image using Pixel Trace. To do that, you just click on the Pixel Trace icon at the top of the screen, select the image, open it, and import, which is what I did over here. Then I enlarged it. As I was looking at this image, it looked to me like they divided this image into half, so I thought, well, first I'll make the Mickey head. What I did was grab some circles from Basic Shapes, type CIR, and double-click on the circle. That gives me a circle to add to my screen. Then I resized it to fit the head because I needed to have a good shape to begin with to fill. So I thought I'd just kind of duplicate what they probably used to create this shape in the first place. And I know a Mickey head is just a combination of 3 circles. You can hold Control Shift and click to get another circle, then resize it for an ear. So I just kind of eyeballed it around what was there. You can make your circles whatever size you like. And then Control Shift click gives me another exactly the same. So now I have 3 circles arranged in the shape of a Mickey head. Now I'm going to hold Shift and just click on these circles and weld to get a Mickey head. So this is what I was demonstrating here, the 3 separate circles and then weld to get the Mickey head. Now in order to fill the shapes with 2 names, I decided to split this one Mickey head in half using the eraser tool. So I first selected the head and used the rotate 90 degrees 3 times to bring it over to the side, and I set it up on a line so that I could make sure I'm drawing straight with this eraser tool. I set the eraser tool to 0.25 millimeters, then hold the Control key, click the mouse and drag right through the middle of the X down the middle of the shape, then click on it to select it and split it so that I have 2 pieces here. Now these 2 pieces I'll use in CorelDraw. I probably could do all this in CorelDraw, but I don't know that software so well, so I'm just select this and go to File, Export, Selection to SVG, and save this as a divided Mickey head. Now CorelDraw will import that into its main screen, so I imported that here, just going to File, Import SVG. And a little search online found me some simple instructions on how to do this. CorelDraw has in it, under Effects, it has this envelope. So I clicked on that, or Control F7, and it opened this toolbar over here. So once that toolbar is open, you can click on the letter A over here, select your font, and I chose Oliver because it's similar to what was used in the original. And I'm just going to type in my granddaughter's name, Juliana, and it's selected. So what I'm going to do is click on this little dropper, click on the shape I want it to go to, and apply. When I did that, you can see that it made a vertical shape because I have vertical selected here. I could also do an original, or I could do putty. I have to select it first. I think I clicked away. Let's try that again now. I'll show you on the last name. Click on the A. I'll do her last name, which is same as mine, F-L-A-N-A-G-A-N, Flanagan. Click on the dropper and click on Apply. Now I can click on here Original to get a different shape and apply, or click on Putty and apply and get a different look, and I can do vertical and get a different look. So it depends on the look you want. Now this one, I've got it so that it's vertical. I did it over here with the putty. So when you put these together, you end up with a look similar to what we got, and then you can rotate it. The putty gave it kind of a puffy look like this. Now also another question people have been having is how to get the letters in a circle. So I thought I'd show you that while I'm here. You just, again, click on the A. I'll type my initials, J-A-F, which happen to be my granddaughter's initials as well. You click on the little eyedropper, click on the shape, and apply. And again, you can do the putty look or the horizontal look. Or vertical, and then you have the text in the shape already. Now once you have these different designs, you can select them and export them as SVG. So let's say I want to take this shape, and to make the cut I go to File, Export, and I'll just call this Head 2 because it's different. And then I'll open Make the Cut. Oops, got to click on OK over here. I just accepted the defaults. Now I go to Make the Cut, and I'll move this over and go to click on the SVG icon at the top of the screen and see if I can find Mickey Head 2. And you can see here, now if I click on the rotate 90 degrees, you can see it right side up. So that's the way I would do it if I wanted to do it quickly and I didn't want to particularly do a lot of custom editing. Now you can do this and make the cut, and to do that I will take these two parts and copy them and just open, this is the putty look. paste in place over here. And I'll leave them sideways so that I can arrange the names and make the cut. So what I have is the Oliver font selected here, just as I did in the other software. I'll click on the T and put the name in caps. I think it's in this font, it's the same height in caps as it is in lowercase. So, and then I'll get the last name as well. I could have done that all at once. So I should have this split like lifts. Since I forgot to split this one, you can split once you've typed it in by clicking on the split icon at the bottom to separate the letters, but I usually keep mine split. I forgot to do the last name, so I'll do that now. I tried doing my name, but my name's shorter, it's Julie, and it didn't look balanced. Having two longer names together makes the letters look balanced, so you might want to add first and middle name, or adjust it some for giving it a little more balance. The original design had the first name on the left and the other name on the right, so maybe I'll do it that way this time. What I do is I drag the whole name over the shape and adjust the length so that the letters will fit in the space, and then lengthen the letters to sort of fill the space. And then I'm going to select each letter and adjust it so that it's slightly overlapping the original lines. So you see it's a little more work than it was in CorelDraw. But then again, CorelDraw costs a lot of money, and if you don't have it already, then it doesn't take that much work to get this done and make the cut. Right now I'm not being very specific about how tall or short these letters all are. I just want them sort of overlapping the lines for right now, and then I'm going to use the distortion handles to give them a little better shape, a more custom shape. I'm going to type 4 and 3 to get a little closer on these. Come over to the left side, click on this once, twice. The third time gives me the distortion handles so that I can move portions of these letters over so that they fit closer, and again just over the lines, so I can keep more of the design on the backing. I like to keep the letters straight because if they distort at an angle, it kind of can make the project look a little off. So I try to keep them as straight as I can. And again, this one, I'll bring down this side, leave that one where it is, move that one up, and maybe this one down slightly, and I can stretch it out because there's plenty of room. And you can actually edit these any way you want. I suspect that the person who did that original design did some custom editing even after. If they used something like CorelDraw to create the original, they may still have done a little bit of node editing to give a little flourish and character to some of the letters. So this kind of warps it to the shape. And you can do this in Make Cut or any software that you're comfortable using. Now over here you really could get that A to take up more of the circle shape if you wanted. But then it might not look very much like an A either. So it's all in your artistic preference. And then you would do the same with the other name. And I think I won't do that, but I do want to show you the process here. But that A doesn't look very good to me. Might want to cut off part of the top of it. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is send that backing layer to the top and then move it to the bottom so that I can make sure that I'm selecting just the letters. Well, I'll select it all and hold Shift and then click on the head shape. So now I have just the letters and I'm going to join those. Now I'm going to hold Shift and click the head shape and click on Boolean Join and go to V minus A difference. That's one look, but the one we want here is intersect and apply. So you can see how it looks. I see that I might like to change the distance between these two letters. I can do Control-Z, undo, and maybe make the, I'll have to split it again. The nice thing about this is you've got more editing options here than you would even in CorelDraw, because there's only a few different shapes just all set. So I'll select these again, join them, hold Shift, click the background, and do Boolean Join, intersect. And now if I rotate that, you can see that I've got half of the Mickey head. And then the other half I would do with the last name. Now, does anybody need to see that again? Do you want me to do the last name?
No
or
one's,
is that?
Yeah, no one's had any questions yet so far.
Okay, so I think in Make the Cut you get a little more control of what happens. It's nice to have an automatic feature like CorelDraw does, but then you still probably end up having to tweak it anyway. So we can tweak it all we want with the node editing tools, and maybe Brian's going to show us some of the node editing options tonight. So you could increase the size of the swirls or change, add to it, take away from it as you like. So maybe I'll just take this whole thing and rotate it and zoom it back out a little so you can see that the letters fill the head. And if you wanted to put your grandchildren's names in there, you could do just the same.